discuss about linear filtering using DFT. Okay. So first we shall consider an LTI system. So we all know an LTI system. Okay. So the input to this LTI system is x of n. Okay. And this input x of n will be converted to the impulse function h of n. Okay. And it will yields the output y of n. So this is our LTI system. Okay. So we obtain the output y of n by performing the convolution of x of n and impulse function h of n. Okay. So taking DTFT, that is discrete time Fourier transform on both sides. Taking discrete time Fourier transform on both sides. So apply DTFT on this equation. So we get y of omega is equal to x of omega into h of omega. That is, time domain signal is converted into frequency domain signal, where the functions of all these y of omega, x of omega and h of omega are all the variables of omega. Okay. So are all the continuous variable functions of continuous variable omega. Okay. So here the drawback is, so the multiplication operation cannot be done on the digital computer. Okay, so whatever this x of omega into h of omega is there, so this is in frequency domain and these are all the functions of this continuous variable omega. Okay, and we can't perform the multiplication on the digital computer. Okay, so for that, so what we need to do? Okay, so if we apply DFT on this equation. Okay, so if the linear convolution in the above equation is replaced by the circular convolution, so this is a linear convolution, and if we convert it to the circular convolution, okay, so this DTFT would be replaced by the DFTs. Okay, so that if we use the DFT instead of DTFT, so we can use a digital computer to compute this convolution. Okay, so and in general circular convolution yields different answer, okay, or different result than the linear convolution. Why? Because so in linear convolution the sequences will be shifted linearly, whereas in circular convolution so the sequences will be shifted circularly, in circular manner. Okay, so that's why so the result of linear convolution will be different and the result of circular convolution will be different. Okay, so to avoid that difference in the results, okay, so we need to make both results should be same or both results should be identical. Okay, so for that what we need to do? Let us consider two finite lengths. Let us consider two finite lengths, any two sequences of length n, okay, and m. So say x of n is of length n and h of n is of length m. Any sequence, okay, you take any two sequences of length n and m where this n is greater than m. That means, so the length of the sequence, this x of n, is greater than the length of this h of n. That is, for example, if the length of this x of n is 8, okay, and the length of this h of n sequence is 3. Okay, so where n is greater than m. Okay, so then the result of linear convolution is of length. Suppose if you perform linear convolution on these two sequences, so we obtain the result y of n of length m plus n minus 1. Okay, so this will be the output length y of n length. Okay, so whereas that of circular convolution is of length, so this is a length of linear convolution. linear convolution, and if you perform, this is YL of n. YL of n is, it is a linear convolution output. Okay, and I will write it as YC of n. If you perform circular convolution on these two sequences where the length of x of n is greater than length of h of n. Okay, so then you will get the output of length n. Output length of circular convolution. Okay, so we get different length of sequences, okay, by performing linear convolution and the circular convolution. Okay, so if we insert appropriate number of zeros, okay, if we insert appropriate number of zeros at the end of the original sequence, okay, and then compute the circular convolution, okay, so we would rotate only zeros around, and hence circular and linear translations will give identical results. So what I am telling is, so I need to make the length of both x of n and h of n same. How? So suppose, so take x of n is equal to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and h of n is 1, 2. Okay, yes, given like this. Okay, so x of n is of length 4, h of n is of length 2. Okay, so now before computing any convolution, either linear convolution or circular convolution, if I add zeros at the end, okay, so to make these two sequences equal, so here x of n is of length 4, so I need to add 2 zeros to h of n in order to make it as its length is equal to x of n. That's why I will add 2 zeros at the end. Okay, so now we can apply the circular convolution or linear convolution. So we need to check whether we will get same answer. That is, our intention is we need to make the result of linear convolution or circular convolution same. Okay, so we need to check by doing this. Okay, so then so the number of zeros to be added